All right, let's start with Representative John Culberson, the latest bat crap crazy Republican from Texas. Here he is, folks, telling us, don't mess with Texas because you don't know what we could do.
Texas did reserve two very special rights when we joined the Union as an independent nation on December 29, 1845. We kept all of the publicly owned land and all that black sticky stuff, all those minerals under the ground are the public property of Texas. And then secondly, Chris, as you and I mentioned once before when I saw you at Ford's Theater, Texas reserved the right to split into as many as 5 states. Now, no Texan wants to see Texas divide up into smaller states. But Chris, we could, if Texas chose to do so, add 6 new rock-ribbed conservative senators to the Senate overnight by dividing into 5 states.
Crazy-ass douchebag says a state can split into 5 states? What?
Isn't that Joe Biden's plan for Texas?
I mean, that is so... I mean, first of all, he is now threatening, like, don't make us split into 5 states so that we get 5 new conservative senators. We'll totally fuck up everything. There'll be North Texas and South Texas and East Texas and West Texas and Northeast Texas and Southwest Texas.
And just Austin by itself.
Unbelievable retard. And apparently he's not familiar with the, what's that? Oh, the United States Constitution, which says new states may be admitted into the Congress, into this union, but no new state shall be formed or erected within the jurisdiction of any other state, nor any state be formed by the junction of 2 or more states or parts of states without the consent of the legislatures of the states concerned as well as of the Congress. Sorry, buddy, I don't think that people are going to vote for 5 Texases. Never mind Texas not voting for 5 Texases. And speaking of Texas douchebags...
Wouldn't it be Texi?
Texis. Speaking of Texas douchebags who've been going on talking about secession, remember how Rick Perry said, we can secede? We got a special rights in Texas where we can secede and do whatever we want. Well, Texas Governor Rick Perry asked the CDC, what does CDC stand for? Oh, Center for Disease Control. Oh, wait, who funds that agency? Right, the federal government. Please, Rick Perry said, please send us 37,000 doses of Tamiflu. We need you. We hate the federal government, but we love you and we need you. Send it to us. So much for the Republicans not needing the federal government. And on top of that, you'll remember in the debate on the stimulus bill where Republicans got all high and mighty about the wasted money that we're spending in this stimulus bill. Well, one of those few things that they named was, in fact, $900 million that David Obey, the Wisconsin Democrat, wanted for pandemic preparation.
That could never happen here.
That could never happen here. He argued at the time that a pandemic hitting in the midst of an economic downturn could turn in a recession into something far worse, writes John Nichols. And he tried to get $900 million for this. Karl Rove, Susan Collins, et al., all basically said, this is ridiculous. What a waste of money. There's no way we're going to allow this money in there. So Senator Collins stripped from the bill $900 million, or about $870 million of the $900 allotted. So $50 million actually went to Health and Human Services in the event of a pandemic. But all first responders, all those states who wanted to deal with a pandemic, they don't have that money. And of course, at a press conference the other day, the next question right after, how are we preparing for this pandemic or potential pandemic, would be, hey, might this not hurt the economy if mass amounts of workers were not allowed to leave their homes because they felt like they were ill and didn't want to go into work? Yes, in fact, it might. Well, Republican douchebags, congratulations. You have managed in just a matter of, I got what, like 6 weeks?
Days.
6 weeks? Less than 100 days.
Right.
6 weeks from the stimulus bill to have one of your major planks completely refuted, and now you're left out in the lurch with your head secessionist begging the federal government for help now.